Just got back from our Thanksgiving break, and the last thing we had to do before focusing on wrapping up these cars is just kind of get our cars ready for winter. So you guys will see later in the video Dan getting his car ready for storage. I have the ST here. It's needed brakes all year. It's had a lot of things neglected on it, being that it's our own car, so our own car is always the ones with problems. So in today's video, we're going to be doing some basic modifications to Focus ST again, but also the videos are going to be a little bit different moving forward. So today's going to be one of them. So check out this cool new intro. All right, we gotta get the parts. I should have got those first. So the ST's getting a bunch of cool stuff today. We got Hawk pads. These are Stop Tech rears, Stop Tech braided lines, and these are gonna be rotors, front and rear, and then a Garrett bolt-on intercooler. Now I decided to go with the Garrett intercooler for two reasons. One, we have a new distributor that we just recently signed up with. I wanted to see what they had. So they actually had all this stuff in stock, ready to go. We got it in 2 days. I was really happy about that. They have a lot more late model, like bolt-ons per se, in stock, the Garrett intercooler being one. So I was really happy about that. So now we are kind of expanding our parts horizon for not only our customers, but you guys. If you guys need anything, obviously reach out to us. Then I looked up the Garrett intercooler versus others. This one has molded end tanks that are all aluminum, cast end tanks with factory bolt mounting locations. So this is going to be like the simplest remove and replace without having to do any kind of brackets, without changing any cold side piping. I mean, it's literally just a really thick stock size intercooler. So I'm happy about that. If you guys have not seen the Focus ST saga in the past on this channel, there will be a link in the description down below on what issues I've ran into with this car in the past. But one of which was I had the car tuned without data logging and without an intercooler, and ended up hurting the engine in that car, which caused a whole slew of problems with it in the future. And it all really derives around beating on a car without an intercooler for most people that have heard them. So finally, gonna do that. And then I'll be able to put the access port back on it with the more aggressive tune-up in it, so hopefully it doesn't hurt itself with lower intake air temp charges. All right, that's what we're putting on today, so let's get to it. Alright guys, so we have a quick package, not unboxing, I already unboxed everything, so all you get to see is the end result, but boom! Here is everything that we picked out to go on to the ST today. Stop Tech front slotted rotors, rear slotted rotors. We have Stop Tech's braided brake lines, front and rear, which is interesting that the rear is listed till 14 only, but after doing a little bit of research, it's the same one all the way up, so they can update their part number on that eventually. HPS front pads, and then Stop Tech Sport rear pads. They actually offer this as a complete kit for the Focus. You can buy all this as one part number basically from our new distributor. So all this came wrapped up together. And then the main thing for today is this sweet Garrett intercooler. So it's super thick. You can see it's about twice the thickness of a factory one. You'll see once we compare them side by side. Aluminum end tanks instead of plastic, factory mounting location tabs, factory map sensor boss, very similar to what's going to be on the factory one. Super thick, really good core and fin design. The way that they have a lot of surface area on the design of these fins, which is good. Doesn't just blow straight through. And it should be really, really efficient based on what the internet says. Dan's ready to pull the bumper off. He's flying through that part. Now we'll show you why we need to do some of these upgrades. These brakes are pretty roach. They're original. They got a good lip on the inside and outside. I don't know if you can see the wear in there, but they're about, oh, they're there. Not super low, but I mean they're at about 20% left. And we just took on the road trip to go to Pennsylvania to visit Danny's family, and they're pulsating on the highway. The rears are trash. I don't know what it is with these cars and rear brakes, but they don't do very well. I mean, these are really deeply grooved, uneven wear. It's kind of crazy, really. I mean, they're low on pad life, but the rotors just look terrible. All right, so I have the 7mm Allens removed from the caliper, although you gotta get this like clip thing off. Forgive me, I've not done brakes on a Focus ST before, so I gotta figure out what the heck that is all about. Easy enough. Oh man.
Get the most life out of your pads right there. Jesus.
Well, that was a pain to get off, and now I see why. There ain't nothing left there.
Front side a little bit.
That was the inside.
The inside did.
What a pain getting that off. Now I gotta get the rotor off. It's gonna be equally as painful. Ugh. That rotor is terrible. Missing a whole contact ridge around the outside. Brutal. That does not look good. OEM. 80,000 miles almost. 75.
Of the Garrett unit versus the factory one. Look at that thing. It's like double the thickness. Obviously,
I think they advertise it as
taller too.
like
Width
100.
is about the same. But
I think they advertise it as 110% more surface area, so it's just over twice.
yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good though. Good job, Garrett. Looks like it'll package pretty nicely, almost identical in terms of mounting. Whereas Mikey had some aftermarket that bolt bracket that bolted on that we had to modify some of the welds because they were protruding out and didn't allow the bracket to sit properly. But some nice stuff though, that's for sure.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does. It'll look good under there too. I get all the hardware out and mount the sensor on there, map sensor, and grease her up. Well, grease it up and then mount it. Yeah. Instructions? Who needs them? We're already this far. Psh, toss it right away. So obviously you just grease the O-ring on the map sensor when you're putting the new one in. So you don't want to risk tearing it because, you know, that would not be a good day. See, the other benefit of a quality product is that you don't have to modify the map sensor on this one. Bolt it right in, hole fit properly. Was nice and easy. With Mikey's we had to like drill out the metal sleeve because the bolt was a little different size. But this one popped right in there. welds that whole slot in nicely. Everything's nice and tight. Good to go. Obviously these like louvers do not fit, so we can't put those back on. We might be able to fit those back on, but I don't even know if one of them, the lower one will not work for sure. Upper one might work. Probably put the upper one back in. But, yeah. We got those on. We're actually gonna pick up wheel bearings, as Nicholas said they kind of feel a little rough, so we're gonna run to the neighborhood Ford, pick up a couple of those, get her on, and old girl will be nice and minty again. Oh yeah, we're definitely leaving that out. It is kind of weird that it kind of offsets the end tanks like that. I wish it was a little bit more on this side, as you can see. You can see that tank a little bit, but overall it looks pretty sweet. Now the whole intercooler is nice and open, fresh air. And now I'll get the headlights in and bolt the bumper back down. So what I did here, you loosen up these. There's two 10 millimeter bolts that go into plastic. Loosen them up just so the bumper can kind of come out easier. You kind of pull up, and out on the corners so you don't break the tab to hold that in. Do the same thing on both sides. Obviously come out nice and easy. And then kind of clips in. And these little retainers, you kind of lift them up as you push that down, and that'll pop out, so that holds the bumper in. Obviously you got the bolts up top. But yeah, now we'll throw the headlights back in it, and be good to go up front. So we kind of just flew to get everything back together. As you can see, front end is all back on, all good. There's the intercooler. Got all the new brakes on. Woo. With the lines. Might have to adjust that one a little bit, see how it fits. Should be alright. Got the rears. Look at all that. We noticed that on these, they kind of start to rust right in here on this like pinch weld where it flares out. This side wasn't that bad. That side you can kind of see, but like the paint was, it kind of flakes. So what we did, we just kind of, Nicholas scuffed it up and just, we hit it with some black paint, clear coat. Obviously taped it all off, make it look all nice. Wet sand it later once it's all good and dry. But overall, I mean, it was a pretty decent project, I would say. But there's the other side. We wiped down, cleaned up all the calipers and brackets. Oh yeah, you got a new shift knob as well. It's carbon fiber one. Ford ST. We have the access port going on with the tune. Get the data log in and get all the tuning all done. And yeah, obviously we did the oil change right before we left for Philly, so that's all good. Nice little pick-me-up on the car. Should be a good time.
I'll tell Daddy it gets up like 60 or 70 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
With the intercooler and the tuning.
That should be pretty fun. Danny will enjoy it. Everyone will enjoy it. Whoever drives it. Should be a good time. So now we're going to bleed the brakes and finish this off and then go for a drive.
Not bad.
No. Is no shift on?
I think so. That's why I think I heard it cough through the exhaust.
Yeah. I didn't lift my 2 to 3 shift. So I was like, okay. They kind of did, not really though. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's doing something.
That's very weird. What do you say?
I feel like it should make more boost.
Is everything else okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It torque steers a lot for the little.
Yeah. Now it does. It didn't torque steer like that through third before.
I was saying, yeah, it's like doing it the whole time.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is the test drive on the Focus. Now, we still have to do a few things. We have to get in contact with JST. They're going to do the remote tuning on this thing. And I can see that the short-term fuel trims are pretty far off with this base file that's in it. But the air temps are really low. I'm happy about that. We did not see any negative ignition corrections. I think the air-fuel ratio is probably on the fatter side. And I think that it made more boost last time when I had the tuner on it and the stock intercooler. But the car looks good. I like that you can see the intercooler on it now.
Remember to install smoke detectors on
Much
every
better.
wall of your home and outside the bedrooms. Test your smoke detectors.
The brakes look sweet.
If they are battery operated,
They work super well. The pedal feels great with the stainless lines, as expected. Everything looks fresh and clean. Sounds good. Now, we did have one little issue. Once it was all done, you would let the clutch out and it was kind of like chattering. Turns out that we semi-tweaked one of the cross supports that go across the bottom of the car. But we got that off, put it in the press, straightened it out. And now she's good to go. So that wraps up our project on the ST. You guys will obviously see an update on this car once we get the remote tuning finished on it. And that will allow us to hopefully maybe run a little bit more boost. But right now it feels really good. I mean, it knocks the tire off in second and third, which is fun. And, you know, it's a good little daily, so I'm happy we did it. And, you know, it's a lot of maintenance stuff, too. We're not need to worry about it. So, anyway, that is going to be it for the Focus ST content this time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for future updates on the other projects, the ones that you guys are really interested in, like the muscle trucks that we're going to be doing and the Cobra and the Mustang. All that fun stuff. So smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and if you have a Focus ST, let us know what intercooler you have on yours and what kind of charge temps you see. I'm really curious to see how this compares against some of the other ones that are out there. This is once again the Garrett, and so far so good. We're only a few degrees above ambient under wide open throttle. So, all right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. We'll see you guys in the next video.